not reconciling the existential crisis today. I really need to spit that. I'm gross. The screen went dark, and I think that's a good thing. I hope it doesn't mean that my phone is gonna die. Um, what does that mean? I'm not reconciling the existential crisis today. I was like, well, people are like, well, maybe you're sick because of demons, and it's like I would really like to believe that. I would really like to believe that because that would provide me a way to no longer be sick, and I don't want to be sick. uh, and so it's like, okay, so like um, the the sickness from the screens. I'm sorry, right now I'm like really struggling with the sound of my own voice, and that's like a whole new layer of the existential crisis because I can no longer sing like I used to because I believed I was in service to God, that I was called to do something and put through something, and I mean, like, in more than one uh, instance with this guy, I just felt like Jesus looking at the cross, like I'm gonna be on that thing, like like Jesus looking at his disciples, like you're gonna betray me, and knowing full well and and asking God, like, should I go on? Is this right? And like very much like, like allowing it to be God's will, not my will. And I was really like done knowing him. Um, and like the thing about that is like I love him. He's my twin flame. I'm certain of that. But like he's so, I mean, he's not like, he's not like a real human being. Like he's like an NPC at this point. Like a really complex NPC, but still an NPC. So I don't know. Like I just like I've got him down. Like I can do him. Like I can channel him. Like I can, he's his unpredictability is predictable at this point, like I don't know. Like it just like I just was like at so many crossroads, like sincerely, like I don't need, like I get it now, I know, I understand, but I don't need to continue to try with him. But I did, because I felt that's what God wanted. So like God destroyed me. God destroyed my voice, and I am God, so I destroyed my voice, and there's that level of responsibility, and then there's the level of responsibility where like I didn't do jack shit. Like I was not at all in control of myself um, when I screamed, which is what got me strangled. And and that's hard. And it's like, okay, so like I'm, like obviously like there's a DID thing going on here, and like obviously, like there's like a demon possession thing going on here, and it's like, okay, well, there's a possession thing going on here, so is that like angels or demons? So I was like, I've been trying to like research into that, and like and and I've got all these ideas, like they're like entities that I like felt like watching over me, or that were like they were there, and then they interfered with like my life path or something, like I don't know. It's like they weren't demons. If like I don't know, like if it's only demons, like it's a demon if it possesses you. Like a good spirit doesn't do that. Well, like maybe a good spirit, is just someone who's following the rules here, and like yeah, but then a good spirit is like, well, wait a minute, this is Mindy Lee. Like we can't, like I can't just let this happen. Like I can't, like they're sacrificing their position for me, um and this is like, I don't know, like this is something that um I lost someone when I died, when I had walking pneumonia and I died, and they they threw me in the bathtub to revive me, and then rushed me off to Children's Mercy. But there was someone like the spirits, like, to me, like, I mean, they're like people that like, and I didn't, and, I, and that was the last time that I ever saw him, like a tall white um him, and and that's why, because like it's one thing to um, talk with me, give me messages. It's a whole other thing to interfere on the third dimensional plane, um, and and that's certainly not the only time that you know. Because I was thinking like, well, I mean, I was in that yesterday, and then like when a friend of mine like had me talking about my first boyfriend, my first relationship, who like I did develop like real feelings for him. Like he wasn't someone I was just using, but initially like I was using him. Like I was like I wanted to be friends, but then like I never would have been more than friends with him. Like I didn't have that interest. I didn't have that human interest. Like I'm like very like psychopathic, sociopathic, like I didn't want to be his girlfriend, but I recognized that like that was what I needed to do in order to get what I wanted, and what I wanted was manufacture LSD. So I used him for that. And like I don't use people like that anymore. And that relationship, like that, oh man, like that went down like so hard, like that was a lesson learned. Like that was like I adamantly walked the earth, like I am not going to use people anymore. um and so that was kind of on my mind. So I woke up today and I was thinking, well, when the police came, because he was abusing me. That was a fight over Travis Hughes, actually, because I had not gotten rid of notes that Travis gave me because I love Travis and wish him well. Um, and I hadn't seen him for like 3 years. Like, didn't think I would ever see him again, but like I just had notes from Travis, and I had some notes from Danny, who was someone that I connected with in charter. Travis is someone I connected with in a different psych ward, and Donnie was not he was not okay with that. Like this this kind of like this came from the insecurity really, like, it started essentially with me having a dream that I had sex with Kurt Cobain. It was the only sex dream I had ever had in my entire life. I had never, I'd never had a sex dream before. It was remarkable. Like, this is like my boyfriend, like, I'm gonna marry him. Like, of course I told him about it. And the other element of that is that, like, Donnie, my boyfriend, like, he, like, maintained that, um, he was embodying the spirit of Kurt Cobain, and that, like, yeah, like, for real. And my, like, it's like, I don't want to say that, but like he didn't, I introduced him to Nirvana and Kurt Cobain, okay? So like, um yeah. And so like him like claiming ownership over something that like he got from me, he knew through me, it was just like, yeah. So like I really didn't think nothing of it, that like, dude, I had a sex dream about Kurt Cobain last night, but like, oh man, it was just like, just fucking, it drove that was, he was not okay with that. And then it was like, that was like evidence of like my betrayal or something, and I was never unfaithful to him, and I had plenty of opportunity to be unfaithful to him, because like, I'm desirable now. Like, imagine what I looked like when I had big boobs before the breast reduction, and was, looked like a 16-year-old. So yeah, um, but it's my personality. It's my personality, and so he was really insecure about that, and that's what that fight, like, really, like, that's that's what it came to. That's why it got so violent, because I was protecting notes from Travis, and yeah, that's really weird to think about that. That's really weird to think about that. Um, that's really weird to think about that. Because he had cheated on me with a girl who was sleeping with Travis, but I had no idea that Travis was like anywhere in my world or the picture at that point. Like, that's so weird. But like, I'd been in survival mode. Uh, the reason the police got called is because I managed to get outside the front door of the apartment. Um, but Donnie like clawed my fucking shirt off. Like, he might have ripped it off of my body, actually. But I was outside the door with no shirt on, and it just like, just the happenstance was, the little boy across the hall uh, was was looking outside his door to see that, and he reported it, and the police came. And when the police got there, I'm, like I'm in an apartment only in my name. My boyfriend's been like living there like it's his, and like he's been, like trying to come up in dealing, and like um I don't actually know like what all could be in the apartment that is only in my name, but like I knew for certain that there was like illegal shrooms being cultivated. We were trying to like do that. He was really trying to do that. I was like, I don't think this is a good idea. And the ones that we took, like they were contaminated. They made us really sick. Like um and there was weed, and there was like, I mean, uh he and I, like, we had a sick glass collection. Like, our glass paraphernalia was like, I've still never even seen anybody's collection that held even like a fucking birthday candle to what Donnie and I fucking had. And like, and not just his and not just mine. Like that like fucking like split down the center. Like some of it was his and some of it was mine, and like, I mean, that's what we spent our money on, bros. Like video games, weed, and glass. And that connect with Fisher, like, man, like, fuck, man, like, uh all I have is like images in my mind, and it just like burns me to my core that I can't just like pull my memories out and just like let you like look at the artistry. Like, it's like, it was so dope, so dope. It was like so great. It was so great. It was so great. And yeah, so I'm like freaked the fuck out. The cops think that this is about drugs because I had the letters from Travis in a red toolbox with a padlock on it. And like Donnie had like actually like fucking like torn it apart with his hands, which was like quite a feat. Um, and they were like, so there's got to be money or drugs in there. And I'm like, no, this is not about money or drugs. Like, I had a sex dream about Kurt Cobain, and my boyfriend's insecure. And I had like, there's notes in there from a guy that I haven't spoken to for years. It's just somebody that I really cared about, like felt like, felt like he and I were meant to meet one another. And like, I don't even talk to that guy anymore. He's not even in my life at all. But like, that's what my boyfriend wanted, just the notes. And I like showed him the notes. And they were like, well, we have to check the apartment. Oh no, okay. Like, they show up, and I'm like, fuck. Like, I'm fucked because my name is on everything. And I don't even know why I did this. I like, just to like be like the victim or something. I don't know. Like, this, I don't like, because I'm trying to think of this, and like this might actually be the indicator that 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 was the same protective entity, we'll say, or like alter in a DID system. Like fucking like all of us here, like we're just God having a dissociative identity disorder thing. Like, that's really what it fucking is. So like, whatever. And so cops got there, and I'm like, oh, can I have a hug? Can I have a hug? Oh no, that's not like and then like the fucking like and it's so fucking weird because like I just fucking like started to get to know him, but like there are so many fucking stories from my life where I look at my behavior and I'm just like I act exactly like Sean Todd. Like, I act exactly like Sean Todd. That's so fucking crazy. It trips me up because I'll be like I'll just, you know, be like going about my life and I'll like recognize that like I'm like mirroring him, but like no, like this I was mirroring him before I even knew him. Like now I know him and I recognize it and it's like holy shit, like I'm doing you, I'm channeling you and didn't even know it, or you're channeling me. I don't know what's going on, but like fuck, we're doing the same thing. And so like the sheepish like oh no, like that's not, you know, like that's such fucking Shantai thing. And and then they're like, well, we need to check the rest of the apartment. It's a one bedroom apartment. There's a bedroom door and it's locked. Um, and all of the glass is just shoved behind the door. It's not in a closet. It's just in a trash bag shoved behind the door. That's what like Donnie said to do something with it because the cops were coming. And that's what I did, not realizing that like once I said like oh the bad guy's gone, like they would, you know, like I'd never been in this situation before. I didn't know they were going to check the apartment. um but I yeah, like all the glass was just behind the locked bedroom door. and and they were like this bedroom door is locked, he could be in here. And I'm like well he's not in there, but they have to check. And so they say where's the key. And and I said I don't know because I really didn't remember, didn't know, didn't have any conscious awareness. And I went to the drawer in the kitchen, and I'll never forget it. I will never fucking forget this because it was just like whoa. And I opened the drawer, and just like if you were doing a puzzle in like a video game, and the goal is just to move as few things as possible to uncover the object in the drawer. It was just like I was just like sliding Tetris pieces and got it. And like I'm holding the key and just like don't even don't even understand. Like I'm having like total total dissociated, like out of my body. Like I didn't know where that key was. Like the way that I moved my hand, it was like robotic, it was fucking eerie. And I'm handing the key to the cops, and they find all the glass behind the door. And and they're like okay, what is going on here and what else is here. And I showed them like everything everything that I knew about, which was the mushrooms. And that's like that's like all I had. We didn't even have we had like a little bit of bud. We had a little bit of bud, and somehow through like I don't know, the art of misdirection, I managed to keep that. They didn't see a bubbler. There's a lot of glass in the house. They didn't see a bubbler, and they didn't find like they didn't find the buds, and there was nothing to find. It was literally sitting out in the open on a table next to the bed. And like I remember running interference. I remember seeing it there and running interference, but like looking back, I don't know how I did that. And looking back, it's like that I don't know that I really did that, you know. But I was going to jail. I was going to jail because that was a lot of drug paraphernalia. They didn't find any weed. And every glass piece that they had was completely fucking squeaky clean. But I was still going to jail. And the reason I didn't go to jail is because Jessica, the girl that my boyfriend had cheated on me with, and who was fucking Travis, who I had notes from that like that's really what did it. What like fucking so fucking crazy. She she came and talked to me and like I don't like why the fuck like it was so fucking weird to me. I'm sitting there just like waiting for the cops to like be finished, like I'm going to jail, sitting at the kitchen table and I don't even understand like why the cops would like let Jessica just walk in the front door, sit down at the table with me and have a conversation and 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 she's just like this isn't your fault, and like you're not telling them that you're not blaming it all on Donnie. She's like she didn't understand that. And I mean it felt like a divine conversation. It felt like it wasn't even Jessica. It felt like Jessica was used for something like that. I don't know. I mean, shit with Jessica was weird. She and I share a birthday. She's a year younger than me, but also born on the same day. Um, so it was like really fucked up that Donnie had sex with somebody who was born on the same day as me. And I don't know. Like I told her now I understand, like I told her what had happened, and now I understand why her eyes got so fucking big and why her energy just like fucking shifted because I was like Donnie was trying to get into that fucking red toolbox. The cops found it like it's cuz I wouldn't get rid of like this guy Travis Hughes. I wouldn't get rid of these love letters from Travis Hughes. Like I don't even know him at all, Jessica, but like Donnie just is is insecure, and like I was protecting letters. I was protecting letters from Travis Hughes. And like now I get it. I didn't understand her reaction like at that point because it wasn't until like 2020 that Travis Hughes came back to my life and he was like, "Oh yeah, I was fucking Jessica at that point. Like when she fucked your boyfriend, like I was fucking her like regularly. She and I were doing life, doing drugs together at that time." And so like I had no idea that she knew who Travis Hughes was. I had no idea that she was sleeping with both Travis Hughes and my boyfriend at the time that it was revealed that this shit like was over me and Travis like but yeah now looking back like that's absolutely like why she was like whoa. And she went away and I assume that she went and talked to Donnie. I think that Donnie told me at some point like Jessica came back and told me like you weren't writing me out to them and she told me to do the right thing um because Donnie came back before they even put cuffs on me. Donnie came back and he said that none of it was mine, that I wasn't involved in anything. He was just using me, and and he took full responsibility for the abuse. Didn't say that like we, you know, like you know, um, like I was verbally abusive. Like I had the ability to just like cut somebody deep, just like as I speak. And and he just took full responsibility for all of it, and he went to jail and I didn't go to jail. And then, like, while he was in jail, Jessica maintained that she was loyal to him and she was going to be with him, and like saw him through jail, like giving him that, to hang on to. She was lying in bed with Travis. Travis told me in 2020. I'm talking about shit that went down in 2002, okay? That, like, I got the full fucking picture of in 2020. Travis was laying in bed while Jessica was on the phone. Like, he was in bed with her while she was on the phone with my boyfriend in jail. And so Donnie and I had no contact while he was in jail, and like he and I were just completely done. And then, like, I didn't understand why he came crawling back to me, when he, like, shortly after he got out of jail. It's because, like, Jessica was like, "Oh, well, I wasn't loyal to you, like, at all. Like, I'm with Travis now, and like whatever. And he realized the mistake that he made. He shouldn't have cheated on me, especially not with stupid methy Jessica. And I was like, no, we saw that through. Like, we saw that through, and I don't wanna be with you. Like, I've got a job and I'm making ends meet on my own. Like, I don't. Yeah, I didn't realize it back then, and like you know, I don't know. I didn't realize it back then, but like what I saw in that first boyfriend of mine were, like, he was he was fronting, he was channeling. Like, he grew up in KCK, but like he wasn't really nothing. He was just a scared little boy in KCK. And he didn't have no experience, like he didn't fucking touch drugs until I got him dealing and doing. And it's just so weird to look back at that now. It's like I picked this vessel to, like, try to make into the image of someone. It's like I took this alcoholic and I tried to shove my twin flame into him, and he was channeling my twin flame, and he was fronting and playing, but like what I saw in him, I was seeing somebody I didn't even know at that point. It's only, we're talking like 19 1998, 1999, 2000, 2001. Like, I should have been with somebody. I should have been with somebody who wanted to be a partner in crime. I should have been with somebody who wanted to be a partner in crime, like who was already who I shouldn't have taken a sweet boy and put a fucking and and done that to him. I shouldn't have taken a sweet boy. I shouldn't have taken a sweet boy and fucking put drugs into him and fucking used him like that and he didn't want to have sex with me. I fucking like raped him as much as you can rape a man as a teenage girl. Like I was 18. We were 18, and like yelling at him and belittling him and bullying him. Bullied I bullied him into having sex with me, and then he was just a fucking dog on a chain. And it's just it's just a lot. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. It's just a lot, man. Like for for to have that thought, to even like link my first boyfriend to my my twin flame boyfriend who strangled me. Like fucking Donnie was putting his fucking in 2001. Donnie was fucking abusive. He was putting his hands on my throat. He was choking me out, and it felt like something fucking entered my body and gave me the strength to push off this guy who was a weightlifter, bodybuilder. like like at the moment that I was just like, good, this is how I go. I'm gonna die in a laundry room. I just like, I was totally good. I was like, just fucking let him kill me. I was absolutely just like, and then I was like snatched up by something and had superhuman strength to win that fight. And I don't know if the moment that I got snatched up is the moment that I lost consciousness because I was being choked by my boyfriend in 2001 or 2002, 2001, 2002. I don't know. Um, and that's what enabled something like that, like lose consciousness, and that's a personality switch type of thing, or that's an opportunity. Like I'm out, I'm not conscious, so something can animate me because my consciousness is not in my body, right? That kind of makes sense. And then I didn't I just took responsibility. I just took so much responsibility for what Donnie had become. I just took so much responsibility for what Donnie had become. Like he's the monster that I made. It didn't occur to me at the time in 2002. I had never heard of twin flame. Not a notion in my mind that there would be, that God made someone, like that there's that that there's a twin flame journey, that that's what this life is, that, like I didn't think that at all. I, didn't like fucking Sean Todd was fucking dead to me when he got on the bus and I looked in his eyes and scanned his soul and it was like, oh, that's drugs. Never fucking touching hard drugs. I don't know if that is coke or H or ice. I'm never touching any of those fucking things because like what it's done to that radiant being that I was obsessed with up until that point for reasons I didn't even understand. Like he was a good artist. That's about it. Like he wasn't especially attractive. like there was no reason for it, and I didn't want friends. I didn't like people, so it was like, why am I following this boy again? Like, all right, let's cut this out. Like, I just like, I was compelled. I was compelled to go to him. Like it was magnetic. I had to fight it really hard. But I didn't make that connection at all, that I had selected as my drug dealing partner in crime, because I was like, I'm gonna deal drugs. Like, I didn't realize that I had selected that person, and that person was just like what we now say, like the fucking Wish version of, this person, like of like the authentic article, like the knockoff of an authentic, like, and it just like really fucking like cooks my noodle that I look back now and like that's exactly what that was. Like that's exactly what that was. Like that's exactly what that was. So yeah. Travis, I didn't realize that he was best friends with Sean Todd, twin flame from 6th grade. So it's a lot. It's a lot. Like just that is a lot. Just that is a lot. And that's not the only thing that I've got going on, because I have been a seemingly human, at least a third density entity that's masquerading as a human on Earth since I was 5 years old, aware that I am the creator, I am God, uh, and there's this spell of amnesia. Everyone else is like still under, and I'm just like not under it so much, like you got to have a little bit of veil of forgetfulness, um, like veil of forgetfulness. That's I'm pretty sure that 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 once I was like, okay, well, like maybe the things that I knew that I thought I just knew because I was like, like one with God and I am God and I just like know things because like there's something really special about me. Like I'm pretty sure that when I fucking like just plugged in like what I just knew, and I remember the direction I was facing in my backyard when I got like this vision. It's like like a veil, like you can sort of see through it, and like and mine is just like moth eaten. Like veil of forgetfulness was like it was the term that was supplied to me. It's the term that came to me through just knowing. But like plugging that into the computer, like veil of forgetfulness, like that's a thing people talk about, that like that's a spiritual belief, like all these like spiritual beliefs, and I was just like, oh, I'm just this crazy kid, I just got a really active imagination. Like I'm not I'm not talking to the devil, like I'm not like I I'm not psychic, I'm not special, like all of that just like out the window, just out the fucking window, and not a thing of that, not a thing of that which I know beyond earthly means, all that I was not taught, that I just knew by being one with God in the moment, the I am, like all of that, that's all yeah, that's legit, that's legit. And alternate timelines, and like the fucking Berenstain Bears, like fucking like everybody talks about that, like they call it the Mandela effect, and like I remember, like, oh man, like okay, like I remember that, I remember that, and and that was and that was so much later than the Berenstain Bears, like, but they call it the Mandela effect. But Berenstain Bears happened before Mandela, and it's just a lot. Like it's just a lot, and I don't, like I don't feel like I'm doing it right, or I want to be wrong, or like I don't know, like I don't I don't know. Like, I guess I'm just like a prophet, and I don't know. Harry Stewart used to get on my ass, this therapist that I had when I was at Shawnee Mission Med Center. He said, "You do know. You say you don't know when you do know. You're editing yourself. You're lying to yourself. Every time you say, I don't know, you absolutely know. You're just choosing to stop talking to me at that point." And I was like, well, shit, he's got me figured out, you know? And I was like, yeah, you're right. Um, I don't know. Christianity feels like a trap. Jesus feels like a trap. I don't know. Right now, sometimes it does. Right now, it does. I don't know. Something feels. I don't know. Something. I'm feeling really trapped today. I'm feeling really trapped today, and like in the in the flesh, you know, like in the physical, that's manifesting as um, wanting to use drugs. And drugs for me are alcohol, which is an actual drug, caffeine, which is a stimulant, but like caffeine affects me like meth affects other people. And like multiple meth addicts confirm this. Like it's fucking weird, dude. Um, and, uh, and gluten. Gluten. Yeah. So like I was like legit like sitting at the computer like trying to find like some kind of support group for gluten addicts because I'm sitting here like I don't want to fucking live if I can't eat fried chicken. Like I just want some fucking KFC fried chicken. I just want some Church's chicken. I just want some fucking Popeyes chicken. Like I just want some fucking fried chicken. Like I just want to eat some fucking fried chicken and liver and gizzards and not get sick. And I just want to like like I cannot even like I cannot even cope with it. Like I just got to get through this day. Like I can't you can't even think about like can't eat gluten anymore ever again. Like you can't even think about that. Like you can't think about that. You just gotta get through the day. Just like just sitting here like I just gotta get through the day. Like I'm just not gonna eat gluten today. Just not gonna eat gluten right now. Like I've got money in my account. I can order it. Like I'm not gonna do that, you know, like I'm not gonna go out. Like I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. And it's like okay, and you try to shut that down and it's like well you got caffeine in your fridge right now, like how about you have like a couple Dr. Peppers, because like a sip of Dr. Pepper doesn't fucking open your eyes like Mountain Dew does. Like Mountain Dew like does something. Mountain Dew is like my drug, man. Like it's like I hit a meth. Like oh my fucking god, it's like my eyes weren't open. Like my eyes weren't open until the last time I took a sip of Mountain Dew, and now they're open again, and oh my god, it feels so good, and I feel like a person, and ah ha ha ha. But maybe that's just enabling possession, you know. And or dissociation. Same difference, right? Enabling possession slash dissociation. Maybe that's what the drugs are doing. That's why I crave them. And Dr. Pepper doesn't do that, but it does allow me to like function. It does allow me to like function. It's like I wouldn't have been able to do 4th of July without Dr. Pepper, and I know that. Um, So I'm also not using the caffeine that I have. And like, do I have gluten? I don't think I have anything. I don't think I have anything gluten in the house, or I would probably be consuming it. I will eat gluten out of the trash. Like, I will eat moldy fucking gluten bread. I will eat moldy gluten things. Like, I will eat garbage gluten. Like, it is like, it's like I'm a fucking junkie. Like, it's so fucked up, man. Junkie is just the word that I like to say. Like, I know that it's um, been designated as a term referring to intravenous drug users. Um, I don't use it that way. Anything that ends in like a YIE sound, like Mindy Lee, like is fun. Like that's a better vibe than and it's also just succinct. Like it's like drug user, like addict sounds really accusational. Like addict doesn't, like, that's not a good vibe. That word is not good vibes. I like junkie and like all facts no cap. Um the very first time I saw in the 80s a um, a drug commercial about like a teenager on crack. I could probably find it. It's like nobody says they want to be a junkie when they grow up. And my, like, okay, it's just this like teen kid, this young teen kid, like running through like an urban like neighborhood landscape, like just and their only drive is the drug, like that's what keeps them going. And like I just saw that. I saw that with my little eyes, my little brain. But like, I'm just not like I'm not a normal little girl. Like when you fucking know you're God at the age of 5, nothing's ever normal again. And I was like, I want to be a junkie when I grow up. I think I want to do that. I really think that's really in the cards for me. That's really in the cards for me. And like I do. I think I do want to be a junkie when I grow up, actually. Like that yeah, looks pretty good to me. So, never done hard drugs. I put in the fucking work though. Like it's not like, I mean, okay, 6th grade, like, all right, so like I want to do drugs. Like what was I, like, I don't know, like 6 years old when I saw that fucking like old crack PSA. And like I think I want to be a drug addict. And I want to be a junkie. I want to do drugs, whatever. That's like 6 years old, right? And I hated life. Like my parents had a second kid when I was 5, and I was not cool with that. And it changed things. And the whole like Bernstein Bear book thing, like it's like, well, I live in some kind of prison system. Like I was in my world, and this is like some like fucking like copy that's some kind of fucking trick. And then there's the whole like Like, what is this, like demon dragon, like prison, like the like Earth was a prison for them, and then they became like the ruler. They enslaved what was already here and became like the rulers of it. So like at like, but they're still in prison, and we're only in prison because we don't fucking know that we're in prison and that we can fucking get out of prison, because we've been bred to stupidity. like like I'm the only one here that's like using the fucking like human abilities that everyone should have. Like everyone should be able to read minds, like, ugh. And yeah, whatever. So um kind of had a don't give a fuck attitude at a really young age, and was going to be a junkie. And then Dare happened in 6th grade, and they said, I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it. You can see sound and hear color. And I was sold. Dare officer sold me on that. And immediately, I mean, and it was like, and it was one of those things, it was one of those paradigm shifting things, what's another time that decision, like, that I felt the paradigm shift, 9/11, the night before 9/11. It was like that type of feeling, paradigm shifting. Like, I like something like went out from me. Like, it was like, I am going to do LSD. Like, bet, in 6th grade. Like, I like put that down. Like, that's happening. That's absolutely happening. Um, and then, like, I just I did the work. Like, I didn't just I didn't just set that intention, right? I didn't just, like, decide that. I did research. I did research. I read every book on it that I could, and and I educated myself, and and I got morning glory seeds, and made LSA, and experimented on the neighborhood kids with that. And like, I fucking, like, like, God meets you halfway, right? Like, you put in the steps, and like, you, like, miraculously, um so I was like a walking drug encyclopedia in high school, and everybody assumed that I did drugs. Everybody had been assuming that I was on drugs, and I was a drug addict since, like, um, 7th grade, really. Um, which is kind of funny, because in 7th grade they put me on some kind of some kind of new experimental ADD medication. I don't know if that was like my first taste of meth. I guess that it would have been. Um, it brought me down. It brought me down. It brought me down. It significantly it significantly impacted my spiritual being, and it was and it was after that. um I only took a couple doses before they were like, this, like, that's not Mindy anymore. um I should try to find out about that. Might be a good idea. Because if I basically like had a meth experience in like 7th grade, then actually like my I'm just twinning even harder with my twin flame because his first juvie offense was felony meth possession. We didn't even call it meth back then. We called it ice. But methamphetamine. Yeah. Well, that's the first time making that connection. So I was thinking that like my craving, my struggle with addiction and doing drugs today is like really really hard, really big at the forefront, and like I just like am having a hard time coping um with being God, having a human experience, like not sure if like I'm supposed to be the second coming, I don't want to be the second coming. um and like that could be something that I'm experiencing because my twin flame, who is like a hardcore meth addict, drug addict, um, like is struggling today, right now, with his like much more serious problem than me with my gluten and caffeine and alcohol, right? I mean, but but hey, sin is sin. Like we don't get to weigh them against one another. Like everyone's addiction is valid, right? My gluten addiction does not feel very valid, but um, like I do cry and want to kill myself and have to get through like one day at a time. So I guess it is pretty valid. Um, the less contact I have with my twin flame, which it's been like 4 days I think since I talked to him, the more I seem to be impacted by things like this. Um, Last time I had I was kind of feeling this, and I fell off the wagon, and I like talked myself like through it. I'm like, this is me like getting the dairy wagon because I can't have dairy either. Dairy gives me a terrible headache. Fucking migraine, same fucking migraine that I get from fucking gluten now. Dairy didn't used to fucking do that. Doesn't make any fucking sense. None of this makes any fucking sense. And I ate the cheese. And I'm like, this is me getting cheese out of the refrigerator. I should not eat this. It's going to hurt me. Oh yes, it's very going to hurt me. And I'm falling off the cheese wagon. Like, oh, and it probably won't even like be good, but I'm opening the cheese and I'm eating the cheese, and like and that second and that second and that second is all that you fucking have. That second is all that you fucking have. It's not It's not even good anymore. It's not even fun anymore. The hole doesn't get filled. You just have that 1 second, that one clock hand tick of satisfaction. Something plugs in, and then it's gone. And then you're just facing the consequences. And you have to keep using to get that like 1 second, but like you can't like keep using regularly because you just had that 1 second. You gotta give it some time and like fall off the wagon again for that 1 fucking second of satisfaction. And not eating gluten, I just want to do all the things like so much more. I do have dairy. And I have alcohol also because I have not thrown away the last bottle of vodka that I drank from. It's been 4 years. I've not had alcohol for 4 years, but I still have the last bottle that I drank from, and I cannot bring myself to pour it down the drain or just throw it away or get rid of it. I just can't do that. I can't. I can't. I want to. I want to, and I feel helpless. I don't like that feeling. It doesn't matter what I figure out. At the end of the day, I'm still in this boat. At the end of the day, I cannot ignore or pretend that I'm like I am God. Like quantum physics is coded in the Bible. Jesus was trying to teach quantum physics. Like how much Jesus actually knew about the information that he was receiving to be teaching that, like, I don't know, but like I'm just I'm just like I don't get to just be a person. I don't get to just be a human. I don't get to have that experience. I don't know what that's like. I don't know what that's like. I don't know what that's like. And it's like, well, okay, if like he's my twin flame, then like isn't he like, why doesn't he have all of these? Like why doesn't he know that he's God? Oh, well, he talks to me. He says that I'm God and I know everything and he knows that I know everything and he knows that I'm God. And it's like, oh, maybe he does though. Maybe he does. Maybe he is the other person here that is navigating that. But what he's doing is shutting down God mode by 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 using drugs and engaging in addictions. I'm reaching for tissues is what I'm doing. And he doesn't want to be, or he can't handle it. I don't know. He knows I'm God, but he doesn't know he's God. Doesn't it doesn't exactly make sense. I don't know, maybe it does. It's all really confusing. It's all really confusing. And it's pointless. It's pointless. I think wow, I really wish I could die. Just really wish I could die. Like someone kill me, please. Like World War III sounds good to me right now. That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. Maybe, maybe maybe what is a good thing is I'm talking about it publicly, and maybe if I stop gap, Jesus is stop gap. I said it. Are you happy with that? Jesus is a stopgap. Jesus is a stopgap. What does that mean? Oh, I have to not be God in order to be God. I have to not be God in order to be God. It's like you have to let go of your twin flame in order for them to come back to you. But you can't let go of them, like, because you know that letting go of them will make them come back to you. That's playing games. And it's like, okay, well, I have to be not God in order to be God. Gotta be divided in order to return to unity. And I don't. Well, the idea, the idea, and physical matter is shaped by our beliefs. The idea is that you can't be God controlling, deciding what goes on in the matrix that we're all stuck in. And not also be the devil should the mood strike you. So, like, the idea is I need to not be the devil because that is a bad thing. Bad things happen, and I know the power I wield within the Matrix, and like, if I want bad things to happen, then they do. Like, even for a second. Like, even for a second. And it's really fun playing the devil, though. It's really fun. It's really fun. It feels really good. It feels really good. It feels really good. But I don't just want to fuck up the timeline. I mean, I don't fuck up the timeline. I like take us to a bad timeline and then pull us back out of it when I write my mood. I don't know though. I don't know. Well, yeah, 'cause that happened. Okay, so like I'm like trying to think like okay, so like I remember when I felt like I was God and not like a little wicked spirit in that. And it was after I came to Christ. It was at the last place that I lived, and I was just like in that agent of chaos, like psycho clown state of mind, and I spun in a circle, laughing, and I stopped and I pointed. Cars crashed where I pointed. And it was like, oh shit, we're not wheeling rabbits into traffic anymore. We're killing people. And it's like, I can't have that power. I can't have that power because I'm not good. I'm not good. I'm not good. My nature is evil and wicked. Like, I'm like the devil. I mean, it makes the most sense for the twin flame union to be the redemption of Satan, like, because there's like unity consciousness, God, and then there's God versus Satan. So like that's the first two separate consciousness. That's the first twin flame thing going on here. From that one, here's these two. I'm very much anti-Christianity. I am anti-Christianity. I don't think we should indoctrinate children. I don't think that's a good thing. Because I've met many indoctrinated Christian children who are just the worst fucking people, the worst fucking addicts, and there's nothing, are fucking hopeless. There is, there, there is something, there's something not right about that. That's not, that's not, that's not right. That's not right. And what I did, that's not right either. Well, it's right for me because I'm the one that has to do that. I'm the one that has to do this hard thing. Like like who wants the hardest mission of any human that's ever existed? Like except for Jesus Christ, like that whole like dying on the cross thing, that that really sucked. But this is right up there with that. Who wants to do that? Who's gonna go to Earth and do that? Me? Oh, I can do that. I'll do that. Yep, that's me. That's what I'm doing. Just go through all this life, like remembering heaven and instant manifestation and God and like, yep, okay, I'll do that. I'll do that. Navigating timelines. I don't even know how to do that anymore. Because I've fallen. Because I've fallen. Fallen in love with you or the songs you chose. Yeah, she's broken worse than anybody knows. It would be really nice if I could have a conversation with someone. I wish I could unknow, but that's not an option. I wish I could just dismiss all the big picture and like do my little human life thing. what would you be doing in your little human life thing if you were not buried under the weight of the path before you, feeling like Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane? um, I don't know. Little human life. What is my little human life? Art is your little human life. So is dolls. Can you play with some dolls? I don't know. Nothing feels like anything anymore. I can't. I don't like looking at their faces and it's like they're not looking back at me. I don't like looking at my friends. I don't like looking at my friends and like they don't recognize me. And I don't like that I know that that's a trait of Jesus. I don't like that. I don't like that. But the dolls help, 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 help. But the dolls help. Well, they were stories. I was making stories. I was scripting Monster High movies. But then I got shot up again and I'm not good anymore. I'm still healing. I can't take pictures of my dolls anymore. I can't take pictures anymore. Surrender. Surrender. I'm not gonna be anything. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm never gonna write a book. It's just my Facebook. Just craziest girl. Just thinks she's God. Like, consult my Facebook. That's like, just watch the journey there. And I'm not gonna write music. I'm not gonna be anybody. I'm not gonna do anything. And what is it really? What is it really? I'm afraid I'm not gonna feel. I'm afraid I'm not gonna feel God again. I'm afraid I'm not gonna feel that again. Well, you're certainly not if you can't get into high vibration by being grateful. And so, what are you grateful for? I'm grateful for my home. I'm grateful for my body. It lets me do stuff. Not all the stuff, but it lets me do stuff. I'm grateful for my friends. I'm not really feeling much gratitude right now. I'm feeling really trapped in a fucking prison. Feeling really I'm feeling really trapped in a metaphysical prison. I'm feeling really trapped in a metaphysical prison. I mean, I can't avoid doing what he's meant to do when he's meant to do it, even if he doesn't really want to. Don't you realize evil lives in the motherfucking skin? Don't you realize evil lives in the motherfucking skin? Don't you realize that evil lives in the skin? Music. Music. Alright. I didn't turn the chair around because I thought it would be fitting for me to be behind bars, because I feel like I am behind bars. And uh, I in 2013, I thought I had to go around again because it was Sean Todd. And now that I've met my twin flame, Sean Todd, in 2021, fallen in love with him, it's the same thing. It's nothing's changed. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I'm still not doing it. I'm still not doing it. Just facing having to go back round again. Just facing having to go back round again. Because twin flame is the way out of prison. And, oh man, I can break this, can't I? Oh god, breaking things. Fuck, violence. Oh. Let's just call on everything. Let's just call on everything. Let's just call on everything today. Let's just call on everything today. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Yep. Sure. 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 Well, there's nobody to go get in a fight with. And I could go find some way to be violent and it would be a benevolent engagement. Just insert myself in a situation, you know. But I don't really live in an area where there's a bunch of people, a bunch of chaos factors for that to happen. And yep. This is essentially what I've been dealing with since I was 5 years old, and it was, I want to kill myself. I want out. 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 And I know that killing myself is not the way out. I know that. I know that there's no way out. 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 And 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 I can't escape this fate no matter what I do. Um, and I don't I don't like feeling trapped like this. I don't feel like feeling trapped like this behind bars. And gotta use this. I gotta use this. I gotta let it. I gotta let. 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 The. I gotta let. I gotta let the fire. I gotta let the anger. I gotta tap it. I gotta tap it to be able to get up and do something, or I'm just gonna be, or I'm just gonna be behind bars all day. I don't want to be behind bars all day. I don't want to be behind bars all day. I don't want to be behind bars all day. I don't want to be behind bars all day. I don't know how to do it though. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. I don't. I don't. I don't. I don't. Cause I do believe. Because I do believe. Because I do believe. Like, hope is not lost. You can still wake up. Don't destroy the earth. Don't make a fist with the can in your hand. Don't do that. I don't like this is I do believe. I do believe that this journey with Jesus is Jesus the way out? No, I don't think so. Jesus is the way through. Jesus is the way through. Jesus is the way to get through. The only way out is through. For me, Jesus is the one who did what I'm doing. Jesus is the only one. Jesus is the closest. That's the most. That's the most I'm reflected here is in Jesus Christ, and that's what it is. I don't know if there's other deities that I would also find myself in. Probably, likely there would be. Like, I don't know, Krishna. I don't even know what that is. It just came to my mind. I probably read something about it yesterday when I was trying to look up quantum physics explanation using bubbles. Yeah, I think that's probably where Krishna came up in. And solid safe state, Mindith, probably exists because that's before you knew you were God, right? That's what Mindith is. That's what the solid safe state little is. That's the thing. That's the thing that you need. 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 That's the only part of you that doesn't know, isn't it? Isn't it? I think so. I think that's what that is. I think that's what that is. That's me without. That's me before. That's me before. But I can't just choose to switch into the solid safe state of of the little. I don't. It doesn't work like that. I have to do things and it just happens naturally. But I just feel so overwhelmed. I just feel overwhelmed. I feel overwhelmed. I feel overwhelmed. So what small human things do you need to do? Schedule a ride with Ride Casey Freedom for my ear, nose, and throat doctor appointment. Oh yeah, where your throat doctor is gonna tell you that there's something that we can do and your voice isn't lost. And like, well, maybe the fact of the matter is that you would not be like serving God, serving good, raising consciousness if you had the voice that you did, um, you would be doing something like a siren. You would be infectious. Like Melanie Martinez has infected my consciousness. I keep waking up with that fucking like it's my party and I'll cry if I want to, cry if I want to, cry. I'll cry until the I don't know. Tears run down my face. I'll cry until the candles burn down this place. It's my party and I'll cry if I want to. Cry if I want to. Cry. It's my party and I'll cry. It's my party and I'll cry. Pitiful party of one. Pathetic, you can't even try. That's weird. This is the magnet I was looking for. The timer you don't know how to work because the lights are on. But still makes a sound even when the lights are off. Anything tracking time, It's like a tether on my mind. How do you pause time? How do you let it go? You play a song on repeat. Okay, what song? Ah, wouldn't you like to know? Yes, I would like to know. I don't know. I feel very like, I don't know what song to listen to. Like, I don't, I don't. I don't feel good about things. You're just tired. You have a busy day yesterday? I don't know. Did I have a busy day yesterday? I went to church. I practiced my song I wrote. Uh-huh. How does that go? Um, God is a quantum system, non-deterministic, mad genius, Genesis, I am biblically ballistic, meta-modern mystic, the giftedly linguistic, blink and you'll miss it, not a Christian, I'm a punk misfit, no thief, I roll thick, spit sick and cut to the quick, I'm cracking heads like a brick, eternal darkness been lit, cartoon don't quit, rise from the cell where you sit, no doubt check slips, I'm legit. I'm the girl who always had it, so let me at 'em now. I'm split. This is the heaviest hit. No cap and psycho laughing, grasping grace in each fist. Sounds like there's some instructions in that song. Mm. Mm-hmm. 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 It's hard to pray from that like human perspective where it doesn't really feel like you're doing anything. Hard to pray when it doesn't feel. Mm. Just because you can't feel it doesn't mean it's not happening. Right? The wind is no less powerful because it can't be seen. So pray even if I don't hear God. So pray even if I don't feel God. Father, I feel like I'm failing you. And I can only do as you allow. That every breath that I take, it's your will. I mean, you are anyway, so just continue using me to do your bidding and And thank you for the opportunity to be in twin flame union. I probably. Well, did I mess that up when I had sex with him? Maybe I did. Kind of doesn't feel like it. Kind of feels like every fucked up thing I ever did, like I wasn't really any fucked up thing I ever did. Every mistake I ever thought I made, I really didn't make a mistake because like you you're guiding me every step of the way. So just let me keep learning as I've learned from all of the things that I've experienced that I could label as mistakes. I learned from them, and just let me keep learning. I would really like for that Melanie Martinez song to get out of my head. Guess I have to listen to it. I have to turn off recording if I'm going to listen to music. So, yeah. I mean, this is the end of the game. This is the end of the game. Destruction just means reset. So, I know that. I know that. I know that. I don't know. I guess the devil's just got my ear today. Just feels like a trap. Just feels like a trap. It just feels like a trick. Surrendering. Laying it on the cross. Doesn't really. Jesus dying for our sins just doesn't really make sense to me right now. So I just gotta be. I just gotta be what I am. Gotta be in a state in order to shift out of that state. Yeah. Alright. Well, I should probably plug the phone in before it dies. No chat today. Really could have used chat today. Thank you for watching. Sorry that was weird and I am weird and crazy. I don't know. I'm not really sorry. I'm really thankful that I had this, that I could direct my attention at it and like kind of talk in a mirror. And I don't know. I don't know what anybody could be getting out of this. Um, but maybe somebody did. Suicide was any kind of exit door from what you're trying to ignore, what you're taking drugs and checking out for. I would have taken it. It's not. Suicide is just deeper in hell. So sometimes you just have to deal with feeling trapped. And that's what I'm dealing with today. Thank you for watching. Hi, if you dig my vibe, subscribe. I ain't feeling no love or light. I don't say it when I don't feel it. I do still feel blessed. I know it's only God that's going to get me through this. So surrendering to my highest self, or my Father in heaven, same difference. There's nothing there's nothing there's nothing to gain from anything of this world there's nothing I can seek and find that's gonna help me get through it. It's just letting go and getting into the present. I don't know if I'll do that today, but I will survive because I always do. Yep. Okay. Have a good day.